Hey guys! Hey guys, I'm Ahmed.
And I'm Nick.
And this is The Finer Things.
We put together a new series that we like to call Music We Love.
On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Grover Washington Jr. album, Winelight.
Not to be confused with Rush's song, Limelight.
And not to be confused with Rum Dark.
What? Bop, 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 bop. Before we jump in, if you're pumped about this video, give it a like. If you're into more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell, tap the bell for notifications about our future totally awesome videos. We have a lot of content that we're going to be putting out that you will definitely want to see. And also, do be sure to check us out on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's right, we also have a Twitter.
But, big news now.
Big news.
They gave us a Patreon.
Who would have given us a Patreon?
They don't know we done though.
It's so irresponsible of them, honestly.
But if you are looking for some way to support us here, liking and subscribing is a great way to do it. But if you want to help us elevate the content, help us move towards more full-time, regular production of this content, go ahead and consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yes,
link is in the description.
Directly support your local YouTube content creators.
Even if we're not local to you, just support us anyway.
We are local to your phone screen.
So, if you're wondering what this mysterious, dark, luscious, viscous substance is...
Oh, it's got legs.
It's got legs.
It's got legs.
Wait until the end of the video for the mystery drink reveal.
Indubitably.
So Grover Washington Jr. was a jazz, funk, and soul jazz saxophonist and composer. He also did some stuff to the effect of putting albums together for others, ordering things. He's often also cited as one of the primary inventors of the smooth jazz genre. Hailing from Buffalo, New York, from music-loving parents, Grover was gifted a saxophone at the age of just 8 and started sneaking into the local jazz joints in the Buffalo area to watch the blues artist play just a few years later. After some time spent rising in the jazz community with a few acclaimed albums under his belt, Washington Jr. released his perhaps most iconic and biggest hit of an album, Winelight, in 1980. The rest was history from there, and Grover had cemented himself forever as a musical force to be reckoned with.
Winelight opens with the album's namesake track, Winelight. This track has a very 1980s sound. It's luscious, warm, and smooth in its presentation. It's far from in-your-face in the type of music that works just as well for involved in listening as it does for dinner party background music.
Grover jams out and pushes the envelope during the second track on the album, Let It Flow. The funky plucks of the bass spice up the rhythm, and overall this groovy track is fun, engaging, and soulful.
In the Name of Love is a slow burn, low energy, passionate track. It builds up to some funky peaks, but overall it's more likely to make your head bob rather than it is to make you get up and dance.
Take Me There is a timeless track that breathes energy back into you after the small lull in the album of the previous piece. The body of the track consists of high-energy sax over a lovely, fast-paced drum rhythm, reminiscent of what you might hear in a lot of Latin music, in my opinion. This track takes soul, funk, and groove to a different level.
The absolute star of this album needs almost no introduction, just the two of us, which features vocals for the first and only time on the album and is a stone-cold killer of a track. The vocals are flawlessly delivered by Bill Withers and come across as silky smooth, down to earth, and from the heart.
This piece, which has seen multiple commercial and cultural resurgences over the years, is hugely popular yet again right now because of its use in a viral TikTok social media trend, and frankly, it's easy to understand why. The charming lyrics and excellent composition seem to resonate with generation after generation.
The warm vocals and cool, collected instrumental performances deliver a great soundstage and sounds great on systems of many different levels of resolution. The most analytical systems will make this sound a little thin, but that's just the fact of life with analytical systems. Makes most things sound pretty thin, usually.
Makes things sound analytical.
I know. There's no double-blind study that proves that.
Sure.
You know,
there's no difference between speakers anyway.
Yeah, no.
What we call warm or analytical is a figment of our imagination.
Yeah, it's totally figment of our imagination. We just, like thousands of other audiophiles, we find that we agree on the exact terminology somehow.
I would even say millions.
Millions.
At least dozens.
at least dozens, by the way.
Winelight is a timeless classic that will be revisited for decades more to come, as it has been for the past 4. We all owe a great debt to Mr. Washington Jr., in our opinion, for his contribution to music, and enjoying the fruit of his passion and prowess by listening to this album is a great way to stay thanks.
To stay thanks.
To stay thanks.
Stay tipsy, stay thanks. Thank you, Mr. Washington Jr., for your fruit. Speaking of fruit, this right here, our drink reveal.
I don't know the name of it.
Why don't you grab the bottle?
So, we are drinking the Alvear Solera 1927 Pedro Jimenez Sherry. But this guy is definitely, obviously, super fruit-focused.
Oh, yes. Very nice, concentrated raisin sort of aromas. Yeah, raisins, craisins. Basically, dried fruit. Like, you get these real concentrated flavors. One of my favorite parts about fortified beverages like this, it basically takes all the lovely things about regular wine and just like...
But I think that about does it for Winelight and our coverage of it. If you enjoyed this one, if you enjoy what we're doing and you want to support us, again, check out that Patreon. Link is in the description.
Just coats the tongue.
For sure it does. But for now, stay tuned.
Stay tipsy.
Stay classy.
While Ahmed grabs a bottle, I'm going to give you a little hokey pokey. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. No, that was terrible, and it'll never make it to video. I'm just talking right now to talk.